Virtual Racing School was developed to provide support to the next generation of sim racers. No matter if you're a rookie or veteran or what car or track you'll be racing, our goal is to provide training every step of the way. We found that iRacing can be quite difficult without proper training. There needed to be a way to prepare for on-track racing. With VRS, you can literally learn from the best sim racers in the world, including 4-time NASCAR iRacing World Champion Ray Alfalla.
And Ray Alfalla is a 4-time champion of the NASCAR Peak Antifreeze iRacing Series.
3-time iRacing Grand Prix World Champion Martin Kroenke.
Martin Kroenke becomes a 3-time world champion.
Rallycross World Champion Mitchell de Jong.
Mitchell de Jong is now champion for the iRacing Rallycross World Championship Series.
And many other top sim racers. Data packs include everything you need to start learning. Our World Championship coaches create the data packs by setting a hot lap or a series of fast laps for you to compare, analyze, and replicate. Data packs also include a tutorial where the coach points out techniques they use to hit the fast lap. This gives you access to the latest driving techniques and setups before you even hit the track. Sign up for a free account and download the VRS telemetry logger. With this application running seamlessly in the background, your laps automatically start syncing to the VRS website. From there, you can analyze and compare 2 laps of your choice, whether it's your data, the coaches, or your teammates. VRS will automatically target improvement opportunities so you can get up to speed even faster. VRS also makes it easy for you to request and schedule one-on-one or group coaching sessions. These sessions can range from 30 to 90 minutes, and you can select the car, track, and setup combination of your choice. Visit virtualracingschool.com today to sign up and get started.
Hello and welcome to the opening week of the Radical Racing Challenge live on Apex Racing TV. My name is Sam Fitzpatrick. I'm very happy to have Alessandro Delladone alongside me in the commentary box tonight, and Mark Tranter once again, just as last season, operating the cameras for, like I said, the opening round of the championship, and it is at a classic of American motorsports. It is Watkins Glen, our first host of the season. Alessandro, very happy to have you in the box. We've replaced the Scotsman with the Italian for tonight and for the rest of the season, hopefully as well. Last season was absolutely epic of this series. I am sure you're going to enjoy it a lot, as I'm sure you already guessed, because this Radical SR8 is really one of the best cars on all of iRacing.
Oh yeah, for sure. Thanks, Sam. I'm really happy to be here. I absolutely love this car, and I've been following also last season the broadcast races, providing plenty of exciting racing, and looking forward to see some of the drivers returning back this season, but also some new faces. So really exciting season 2 coming up, as we are already almost halfway through qualifying.
Yeah, just for those people who are watching along, thank you very much for watching along. Of course, we will be broadcasting all 12 weeks of this championship, so every Friday evening at this time slot. You can watch every week of the Radical Racing Challenge. I certainly do recommend it, of course. Last season, of course, we broadcast all the races, all 12 rounds. It was Pablo Lopez who ended up on top. It was an immense championship from Lopez. About 6 wins. I think he finished on the podium in all of the 11 races that he turned up for. He was absolutely mega. This man, though, that we're currently watching, Kane Halliburton, was a massive challenger for him, though. Whenever he turned up, unfortunately, Halliburton had to miss most of the second half of the season. And tonight, we have just got Halliburton on the grid. There is no Pablo Lopez. So Halliburton, perhaps the favourite for tonight's action. But there's plenty of strong challengers. Halliburton on provisional pole, and by 7/10 of a second at the moment. That is extremely strong. And Baba, you can see up on the screen, one of the most competitive drivers in this series. Won 2 races last season, looking to make it 3 for tonight. and then Hutchinson, Benson, and Beauchamp rounding out the top 5 at the moment. This seems like a pretty cool car track combination to me, Sandra. I mean, quite a lot of long radius corners around the space. This car can really sharp its high downforce, and also a lot of slipstreaming as well. This is going to be quite a slipstream race, I imagine. It's going to be tricky to break away from the car behind.
Yeah, indeed, that was exactly what I was thinking about. Sorry, because Halliburton looks very, very fast, and it's going to be interesting to see if there's a gap between him and the rest of the field will be around these 3-4 tenths or something, because I think if he can get a very good start, we might see a solo breakaway from the start, while people behind them might actually fight for position. You know that once you go side by side to the good section, you are going to lose a lot of time. So the key will be very, very important for our race leader if he wants to break away.
Absolutely. Keaveney goes to the top. Well, that is a mighty time there from John Keaveney. Let's see if McHutchinson can do much. No. Oh, no, 3rd place. Nice one. So it's John Keaveney. I was not expecting that. Keaveney was around for a few races last season. He's the seed number 11. That is a phenomenal time from John Keaveney. That is, yeah, quite taking me back there, because Halliburton looked comfortable in this qualifying, but I don't know if he somehow cut the boot section or something. But Keaveney has pulled off an absolute stunner, as we are already grading up. So I think everyone did their 2 laps, and so qualifying advance, that's very rare. Or maybe I was looking at the screen wrong, not sure. But anyway, Keaveney is on pole position. Well, I am surprised. No disrespect, John, and well, hopefully we can see him get his first win on Apex Racing TV. Halliburton lines up in 2nd place, I think still the favourite for the race win. Then it's McHutchinson, Manuel Ray Olage, Daniel Beauchamp, one of the new drivers for tonight. Then it's Michael Reinhardt and Barber, a little bit further down than we usually see him. Then it's Scott Callahan, Jochen Benson, Ant Castles, Andres Friedrich, and Tommy Whitton's rounding out the top 12. Behind that, it's Eric Hanoi, Robert Woodward, Dennis Kiriakopoulos, Stephen Place, Dylan Freckleton, Paul Crabb, Jean-Pierre Helpap, Andrew Dixon, and Johannes Hesterman rounding out this 21 car field. I'm really looking forward to this one, Alessandro. I'm really surprised that Keaveney got up on pole position, but I don't think pole's going to be too important. As I was saying before, slipstream should make overtaking very possible.
Absolutely, I'm really impressed by John Keaveney qualifying effort, but as you were saying, it's gonna be very important to have a racecraft today, because with this big slipstream you can get coming up to the bus stop and the S's, it's gonna be very tricky, as I think everyone is gridding. We are about to go green.
Absolutely, they're going on with it tonight as the lights are about to illuminate. It's Watkins going to start off another season of the Radical Racing Challenge, and we are away racing. Good start for Keaveney, good start for Halliburton as well. Poor start, it seems, for Beauchamp, who's lost 3 places straight off the start. Almost Hutchinson going into the back of the 2nd place man early on in the race. The top guys very much single file. Freckleton and Crabb simply have gone off, and yeah, those 2 drivers and Hesterman as well really struggling through turn 1. As they start the climb for the first time in this race, there is going to be an opportunity and overtake potentially for the lead down into the bus stop for the first time. Here comes Hutchinson bursting down the inside. We've almost got 3 wide on the opening lap. It's Keaveney who holds on early on. Hutchinson moves up into 2nd place, and well, that is a taster of what we're going to see for the next 16 laps.
Yeah, indeed, absolutely. As McHutchinson tapped Keaveney on the back, we can already spot some damage on Keaveney's back, but definitely not gonna hold him up much. But we've seen already how much effective is the slipstream in this car for anybody who hasn't been watching this kind of racing before. The Radical is a very, very early trend, and is straight, as you can see, being right behind your competitor will give you a big chance under braking.
Yeah, and even with this layout where we're using the bus stop, we which really does compromise the overtaking in several cars because there's less of a braking area. It's very narrow through there. These cars, as you were hinting at, Sanjay, can still overtake before that, so will be fascinating to see. Kuya Koppers with a slight issue. Bouchon continuing to drop down the order. It's down to 10th place. Bouchon just did not get away from the side. It caused quite madness behind. He's struggling to cling on at the moment as well. There he is down in 10th place with Friedrich fairly close behind. Going over the checkpoints. No 1x is given for that one because in real life you get away with it, so in iRacing they let you get away with it as well. As Keaveney, well, this is going to be fairly easy. I think for McHutchinson around the outside, and from this position it's very tricky to hold on even if you do have the inside line, because the fast sweeper going into the bus stop, really an accident-prone corner that is. But Hutchinson then up into the lead, and he's wasting absolutely no time here. Alessandro, he wants to be leading for as long as possible.
Absolutely, and you need to pull a big gap in this technical section before you get back to the start-finish line. Otherwise, even if the driver behind you is around that second mark, he can easily catch back onto the straight. So it's very important for McHutchinson to push in this middle sector and hope that the guys behind him will start to battle a little bit to open up a gap.
I think the slipstream I heard at the start of last season kicks in at about 1.8 seconds, and I think from what we saw last season, that seemed fairly accurate. So as long as you are within that 1.8 seconds, you're always going to get a gain. As we see what happened to Paul Krebs, so this was an incident between him and Freckleton. Krebs started decently far up ahead of Freckleton, who just did not leave enough space there. And then, very unlucky as well for Hesterman, I think it was, who came in behind and had too much to go. And, well, that'll be a frustrating start for Krebs' season. He's very patient to turn one, but yeah, Freckleton just misjudging that.
Yeah, both drivers are now sitting on pit road, so definitely looking forward to bounce back next week, as we are looking at Tommy Wittens, car number 21, now looking to make a pass on Andreas Friedrich, who I've been racing against last season also in my few events I did in the Radical, and I must say I'm surprised to see him struggling so much today here, as we have a slow car.
Yeah, that was that's Bouchon again, so Bouchon down into 12th position now. Andreas Friedrich, very good driver. I mean, consistent top 10. I think they've got a particularly strong strength of field tonight, so maybe that's why he's a bit further down. Here was the issue for Bouchon then, picking up the slowdown. Well, she wasn't on the first lap. Too well not to have any floor damage as well. After that off-air to aero damage are these cars. Keaveney and Halliburton really had a tight battle, because I think Halliburton got ahead going into the bus stop. Keaveney's actually got back ahead, but they're now 1.1 seconds off McHutchinson. And whilst pretty much every round that he turned up to last season, Halliburton was the fast driver. So whilst he is in third place, whilst he didn't get pole position, I do think that he's probably the fastest driver out there. So I think he could probably catch up to McHutchinson, even if they did lose the drum. But well, they're not making it particularly easy for themselves at the moment, and Halliburton kind of needs to either, pull the trigger here, get past, no questions asked, or just hang behind and wait for his rival to catch up. But he's really finding this one tricky right now. What strategy to play?
I think both Halliburton and also Manuel Largo are definitely looking to get by Keaveney to close the gap on McHutchinson. These two drivers have been showing plenty of speed also last season, as Halliburton now is looking at the outside of Keaveney, side by side through the bus stop. They touch ever so slightly, but thankfully Keaveney manages to keep the car on track. That was a very, very good save.
Howell did that go so well. It was the second touch which puts him back onto course. That is remarkable. Mark Chancellor on the cameras getting the replay up for us immediately, and well, this is absolutely crazy because it was just a couple of tiny touches between the two of them, and just almost as though they're on an ice skating rink. One of them just pushing the palm of their hand, the car in the back to the right direction. Keaveney loses a few places there, but could have been so much worse, and now Halliburton's leading this train. He might be able to kind of bring these guys back up to McCutcheon in the lead. He's still within the draft of McCutcheon. We just need to hope that Halliburton hasn't picked up any damage from those couple of contacts.
Indeed, and you see the qualifying pace is very, very tight between all these drivers, so it's going to be very difficult for Halliburton to close down the gap, but at the same time don't have to worry about Manu Largo, as we have attempted for a passing in 6th place between Don Kivney and Ant Castles in the yellow car, keeping the inside, now having the third line on the S's, and will now move up into 6th place. Well, do you think John might have some damage on the rear end that might affect his straight line speed or his handling at all?
It looks as though that might be the case. I mean, he was holding off Halliburton fairly well, wasn't he, for a while? Now, really seems to be struggling, maybe a bit flustered after that contact with Halliburton. He can still get a very good result from this evening. I mean, yeah, that lead train, Halliburton's got the gap back down to 1 second. To McCutcheon, and then at that point it becomes a bit of a lot. I mean, track position is favourable, but an instant ahead could always get to him. So still keeping very much in the fight for even a race when as we see Andreas Friedrich, he's got to Ekman right behind him, two veterans from last season, pretty much turned up to every round. I think last season did these two, and they're currently behind Winston, who's got a very nice livery. I'm a fan of that. I'm sure, I don't know how to describe it, but it's very complex. I do like it. Nicely Toyin Whitton's making his first appearance in the 6th.
Absolutely, very interesting art car. I think it should be available on trading tools for everyone, if I recall that design, but I'd rather like more that beautiful pink car of Joachim Bernstein.
It is superb, isn't it? Yeah, love pink on a race car. Of course, the Swedish guy Glen is doing well at the moment. I mean, number 4, it won't be disrespectful to Joachim, but I think he hasn't necessarily got that through pace, that high iRacing. I think he's got it mainly the consistency, and he was very consistent last season. I think particularly at the back end of last season, I think it was him. It was just getting like 6th and 7th places over and over again at the back end of last season. I mean, even finishing 9th in a high-strength field race like this probably isn't going to lose too much iRacing. But he's really in this train. You can see it's all orange down to 12th place. I mean, there's not any significant gaps. It's really anyone's to play for, and we're still very much in the first half of the race.
Yeah, indeed, and look at the gap closing down from P1 to P2. Halliburton well within 5/10, so might start to see in a battle again for the lead of the race. You can see also here the lap time comparison with McCutcheon, losing 4/10 last lap, so now starting to close down tires up to temperatures, considering that cold tires are still a little bit of an issue even in such a high downforce car.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that still very much plays a part for these guys. Halliburton loses a little bit of time through turn 1, but that gap will be gained. I mean, you can just see it visually. I mean, for yourself, just how much the drafts affects these cars, and the gap will come down, be hard to lose. Oh, Callahan had a huge crash. He was right on the tail off right out, and we've got a car in the middle of the circle. Well, that's going to really break up this lead pack. Well, hopefully it's just Callahan who's got involved now. I think Barber just went off the circuit as well, but it's Callahan who's certainly got the brunt of that. He was all over the back of the driver ahead of...
I could be right now.
Here he goes. Oh, is that... Do you think that's net code?
Yeah, it looked like quite a weird accident dynamic. Let's see back from this camera. It looked like maybe the simulator recorded a slight tap. You can see also that being hit by someone quite far away, but unfortunately, it seems like the different places where these drivers obviously are racing from their rigs, like Australia for Scott, are quite early call, I must say, for him. Played a big part in it.
That was a very odd one, wasn't it? Like, I didn't expect even Neko to cause a reaction in a car like that. And yeah, hard into the wall. There was a bit of contact further back, but yeah, it was certainly not too much damage. So it's now a lead pack of 3. Not going to rule out Reinhardt by any means here, who all of a sudden has a much more comfortable 4th place. And Barber qualified quite far down. Hasn't had great pace as Barber, but here we go for the lead then. Albert's looking to get the lead for, remarkably, the first time in this race. And that's what he is doing at the moment. Olaga trying to go with him. But McHutchinson has been very aggressive so far in today's race. Well, he did try to fight that one, but Halliburton is past. Now, I fully expect McHutchinson to have the pace now to keep on his start. I think the big question is, can Olago also make his way past? Does Olago want to get past him? Is he happy to be in 3rd position here? But yeah, this one still a long way to go.
I also have a question for you, Sam. Maybe you can get back to me. Can you actually bump draft with this car on the straight?
I don't think we saw anyone try it last season. I think it would cause too much damage.
A bit difficult with such a pointy front end. If you just have slightly someone in the wrong place, it might be not a great moment. As I think Odargo just made a mistake. I saw it dropping from our timing tower a little bit. Let's see.
Oh, this is a heat. Well, I feel bad when it was all McHutchinson and then Olage gets spooked and takes excessively evasive action, and then he's got to return to the pits. That's his day over. This car will have a meatball be much lighter contact than that. And so a couple of the big hitters are Olago and Callahan out of the race at the moment, and it turns into a lead battle of 2, and it is a little bit of a shame, I must say, but I'm sure McHutchinson can still offer a good challenge to Halliburton in the remaining laps. This pack is very much convened now. Barber's got to the front of this one actually, so he's up into 5th place, and Barber really benefits for this couple of incidents as it's very tight as well. That was Friedrich, approach that was Watkins going past Keevan. He continues to fall down, and now we've got a spin, I think.
Someone out of shape entering the car. Yeah, it might have been.
Was it Friedrich or
Friedrich,
was it?
I think, yeah. In 9th place, we've seen the gap open up all of a sudden. 2.6 seconds now on Kivni. They were side by side to the Baston. You can see somehow just a tiny mistake can decide your own fate in this race. With all these drivers being so fast, so consistent. Losing the draft for Reinhardt, for example, cost him the chance to fight for the race win, and now Friedrich goes the way back in 9th place.
Yeah, very disappointing for Angels at the moment. Keeping down 7 places now from his start. That's a superb pole position that he managed to set early on. By the way, shout out to a couple of our sponsors for this broadcast. SDK Gaming, who provide our glorious saver that you can see up on screen. The timing tower on the left, the battle box on the bottom right. So you can do lots of customization, or change all the colours, pretty much change the entire layout if you so choose. That is all accessible via SDK Gaming, and it's been in for, of course, streaming as a heads-up display, and of course as broadcasting as we are using it tonight. So massive thanks to SDK Gaming, and you do check them out at sdkgaming.co.uk in order to get yourself signed up for a license.
Oh yeah, absolutely loving this overlay. You can customize it for any kind of racing, also in ovals. So if you are into that, we have beautiful graphics, well made. As we look at Denis Kyriakopoulos, the driver from Switzerland, in 14th place. We have a nice train here from 9th to 14th place, as we have from 5th to 8th. So we are definitely having a great battle till the end today. But one thing we need to point out also in the race lead, Sam, is the fact that Hutchison is losing because of Ali Burton. 1.5 seconds now is the gap.
Yeah, Albertson's pace is just overwhelming, isn't it? Hutchison has had a slight turn down in pace, seemingly. Although, I mean, 40.8, 40.3, so that was a good lap there from Hutchison, but you can see he still lost time. And, yeah, coming a little bit too late now, though, are those laps. You can see the gap is still coming down through these flat-out sections, so there is still a draft there, but it's fairly weak at this point. And I'll only be getting it probably 3 or 4 tenths of a second a lap. It won't be making it easy. So yeah, Hutchinson would need the driver's light from here in order to get back in play. As we see Whitson and Bengtson alongside, and that is Bengtson ahead of Whitson. Oh, and Keaveney, well, that might be Keaveney's day over after a brilliant qualifying, car number 11 into the wall. I think he reached the wall at least, and he has to take back to the pits.
Let's see the replay, side by side in front of him. He probably checks up a little bit to not get into the back of the car in front and finds himself in the gravel. Interesting enough, he doesn't get the tire barriers, but called the day anyway and decided to go back on pit road.
Yeah, doing the simulating of getting stuck in the gravel trap all by himself. So well done there to John. Quite a few retirees, eh? I mean, Esteban, car number 17, quite far behind the rest of the order after that instant with Crab on the first lap. Looks like he's getting a little bit of iRacing from this one. So high attrition rates, which is fairly rare for this championship. Usually we see maybe 2 or 3 across the race, but so with 4 laps to go, we have currently 6 sitting on the sidelines. Here is Stephen Place, who is up 6 places. Missed up. Oh, there's a lot of puns to be made out of this one. Gosh, I can't look forward to that.
And thankfully we have not Marco in the production booth making a laugh at us today.
Yes, yeah. I'll get right on that one. Places are going to be close enough to get past Friedrich into the bus stop, but yeah, they're all behind Bouchon, who, to be fair to Bouchon, I mean, had a poor start and fell down to 12th place. He's back up into 8th, but got some quick drivers sitting behind.
Absolutely, consistency in any series is very important, especially when you have this pack racing, if you can call it like that, where slipstream is very, very important. You need to also know your way around people you are racing with. Sometimes just give a position to make sure you don't jeopardize your effort in the entire race. So racecraft is a completely whole different thing compared to pure raw speed, as we've seen from results in qualifying.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, picking and choosing your battles is absolutely fundamental, especially in this car with the high drag. Yeah, some drivers absolutely nail it. Some drivers a little bit left to be decided. Reinhardt's holding on to third place. I've got Barber catching up. Barber just gets faster and faster as the race goes on. That last lap, he was the fastest of anyone, was Aaron Barber. He could have shown that in qualifying. Remember, this is a fixed setup series, so they run the exact same setup in qualifying as the races. Here comes Castles, it's as close as he's got. Reinhardt not fighting this one, and lets him go. Of course, plenty of more laps to go in order to retaliate on that one. And maybe Reinhardt thinking that maybe they could still make a breakaway from Barber, who's now only 7 tenths of a second behind. Might have a change of position here. This battle is kind of split in two, where it's Bouchon who's been able to pull away, and Place is under a lot of pressure now from Friedrich to go up the inside. And Bouchon will be absolutely loving this one at the moment, sprinting away at the moment in that striped Radical SR8. So it looks like we'll have a 6-car battle then in these remaining 3 and a bit laps to go between these guys.
Yes, midfield looks still very, very packed. We will have plenty of passes happening till the end of the race. And I take also the chance to remember that if you want to join this series, you can also use the software provided by one of our proud sponsor of the broadcast, Mr. Racing School. It's a fixed series, but you can always use their telemetry and data analysis softwares to improve your skill. You can book the one-on-one coaching sessions and learn from the best in the business. So if you want to get up to speed on any car on the iRacing service, just check them out. They are a very, very cool project that worth to have.
Yeah, and of course their coach for this car, as we have some side-by-side up the hill, that was surprisingly easy then for anyone to get past Fuji. One of their drivers is Pablo Lopez, who of course won this championship last season, so he's the perfect guy to learn anything off. So yeah, if you are starting out in the Radical, yeah, Virtual Racing School, it would be a very good home for you to improve your skills in this formidable machine. So Reinhardt has got back ahead then of Castles. Actually, has pulled a bit of a gap on Castles. Barber now all over the back. He's got 2 and a bit laps to go here, Barber. He's got time. You know, he can just pick off one of these guys at the bus stop on each lap. That's a lot easier said than done, of course. He is about half a second a lap faster than these guys is Barber, so he should have a good chance. But Hutchinson staying within about 1.5 seconds. You know, he's been matching Halliburton for a while, but not close enough, it seems, to be really be able to challenge him those couple of laps after Halliburton got past where he built that gap. Absolutely fundamental, it seems, in the end. That's looking, of course, to set this season off to a good start. There's could see a move into turn 1. Here comes Baba down the inside, and he carries excellent speed through turn 1 as well. It's a good enough exit, but this one by no means over. Castles might come back at the bus stop.
Indeed, Castles very, very close. Maybe too close to have a run here, but Baba will also have the slipstream of Reinhardt. Definitely very good move entering turn 1 and having now the chance to work on Reinhardt for 1 lap and a half, so he might have a very good chance to get that final podium spot, because making a pass on someone who has the draft in front of you, it's quite difficult, but making a pass on a car who does not have a draft is completely a different thing. So that is exceptional racecraft from Erling Baba.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. I mean, in comparison to getting past Castles, it should be easy. I mean, as long as it's close going out of turn 1, it should be easy to just slipstream on by. So, yeah, that's a good opportunity. And of course, that's kind of the thing that these drivers have got. They've all got the draft of one another, able to overtake each other easy. Pace has done very well to hold on to 9th position, as he has. But Hanoi is looking very strong here. Just want to be within about 0.4 of a second coming out of turn 1, and then it should be very possible. As Halliburton starts the white flag lap, he increases his gap by about 1/10 of a second. The big one is going to be behind Reinhardt versus Barber, because Barber he's pretty much the perfect distance back at the moment. Maybe it could be a little bit closer. I mean, you won't be a little bit far back because then you can go flat out up the hill. Yeah, he could have been a few inches closer, preferably, but the chance is certainly still here as he goes to the outside. A 2-time race winner last season at Road America, Zorda trying to get onto the podium here. Watkins Glen is round the outside through the bus stop, and he has sealed it as Aaron Barber slithering past his rival, and he is up into 3rd position from 7th on the grid. Behind them, Place has held on against Friedrich. Friedrich's going to run out of places now to Apologies, that's Hanoi to get past place. Apologies for that one. Hanoi has got past place then, and here it was the move, and this was the perfect distance back to Alessandro, and yeah, takes the outside line and past.
Yeah, absolutely. It's key in whatever car you are running here to not be too close coming up the S's, otherwise you might have to lift just a little bit and you will give a big advantage to the guy in front, and that was definitely the perfect way to make a pass happen. As we might still have some shuffling in the midfield, as I think there is being some contact, but Kane Halliburton, what an incredible race he had. He's gonna be our race winner for the first round of the Radical Racing Challenge. John McCutcheon crossing the line in second, and the third place for Erling Baba with a great recovery race.
Yeah, great job from everyone on the podium. There was an issue for Bouchon. Oh, Bouchon's still got an issue. Where is he? As here comes Hanoi. Well, that's a pace that's playing 8th place there for Eric Hanoi. Beats place, Friedrich, Woodward and Kirkopoulos, I think also in the same order, but Bouchon, but he was by himself, and he's made an error right at the end. This is into the heel, and he is, yeah, maybe he's going to do that same issue as earlier on. No, it's kind of just on the power too early, and then he was still going, but all those cars were already passed. So close were those 5 machines right at the finish, and Bouchon, he worked so hard to get back up into that 8th position, ends up down in 13th in the end. So we should be able to go through your final finishing order, I think, for tonight's race. So we've still got Freckleton to reach line. In fact, we do still have Freckleton. Of course, shout out to our last sponsor for this event, and generally on Apex Racing TV, and that is Apex Racing Academy. Apex Racing Academy is offering 29 data packs, which include setups, track guides. It's integrated with VRS as well. I think you can use the VRS telemetry with your Apex Racing Academy subscription. Also weekly group coaching sessions, solo coaching sessions, and much more. So big thanks to Apex Racing Academy for their support of Apex Racing TV. So all the drivers have now crossed the line. It was Freckleton who was just under a lap down from the leader. But out in the lead was Kane Halliburton, and despite being beaten to pole, despite being down in 3rd place for much of the early parts of the event, he did end up taking the race win ahead of John McCutcheon, who certainly made a very good impression. Maybe he could be Halliburton's main challenger for this season. And Bubba had a very good drive through the order after a struggling qualifying and sluggish start. Really found some form by the end and finished on the podium. Then it was Michael Reinhardt, Ant Castles, Joachim Benson, Tommy Wittens was under the radar and still in place, but nice debut for him. Then it was Eric Hanoi leading home a mighty pack of Stephen Place, Andreas Friedrich, Robert Woodward and Dennis Kyriakopoulos. A late error for Daniel Bouchon, lost him 5 places. Behind that was Andrew Dixon, Johannes Hesterman, and then the retirees, John Keaveney. He was, well, he took pole position, of course, to Keaveney. And led for the first couple of laps, but yeah, wasn't meant to be for him. Manuel Villalaga, what could have been for him has he not taken evasive action to avoid John McCutcheon. Behind that was Paul Crabb, Dylan Freckleton, Scott Callahan and Jean-Pierre Helpat. Callahan as well was looking very strong, of course. Probably wasn't on for a race win, but certainly a podium would have been possible after battling with Michael Reinhardt in the first half of the race. So we're going to have a couple of interviews now with drivers, and well, I think our first interview will be with Mr. Aaron Bubba, who managed to secure a brilliant 3rd position. Congratulations, and you must be very pleased with that. That was a very good drive.
Hi guys, it's nice to see you again. I don't understand because they updated the radical new tire model. And they did something. I don't know what they did with the setup. And in the quali, I'm unable to get the tires warm because I did the second lap. I thought, okay, it was a good lap, maybe not for pole, but I thought, okay, maybe second or third place. And then I saw him on my screen. I was not. It was not a good lap. But then the race pace is good. Once I get the tires warm, it's okay. But I was hoping to battle with Kane, but I missed the pace right now.
Yeah, that did seem to be a thing where, yeah, you just got faster and faster. I mean, in the second half of the race, you were the fastest man on circuit. So does that bring you confidence that you can challenge Kane for the rest of the season?
Yeah, I'll do my best. I know he's fast, but if I don't do it, then it's boring for him. So I'm sure there are other guys who are fast too. So we all will try to secure some points and to try to win the championship, because yeah, that's the goal. But yeah, in the second part of the race, I know I'm fast, but I don't know what happens in the first 5-6 laps. I don't know. The car feels really awkward for me. Maybe I need to change my driving style, but it's okay. I will get faster and faster with it.
Absolutely, and that last, it was the last lap move, I think, on Michael Reinhardt. That was very close. I mean, how close to contact were you guys?
I'm running triple screen, so I saw him on my right screen, and then I thought, okay, I will go side by side with him, but always leave the space. It was close, but it was doable for me at least, and I didn't think it was dangerous. I have to look at the stream, but from my point of view, it was now or never. So I needed to make the move there, because if you don't make the move there, then it's over. Then you cannot get to the podium. So sometimes it pays off, sometimes, but it's never my intention to crash with him or something. So.
Absolutely. Well, thanks for putting on a very entertaining race for us tonight. And is there anyone you'd like to give a shout out to?
To all the guys and to all the guys on the track, they're really great. I have to see the race afterwards with cold beer. And to you guys, I'm looking forward to this new season actually. The last one was really fun. I'm missing Pablo, so shout out to him. But I think this will be a great season also. So looking forward to it.
Awesome. Well, thanks for having a chat with us, Ernst, and yeah, see you next Friday.
See you guys. See you next Friday. Bye-bye.
Aaron Bubba, there, your third place finisher. We're absolutely spoiled tonight. Alessandro, I don't know if you saw many of the interviews last season, but no one wanted to have a chat with us for the first half of the season. We've got a few guys waiting in the waiting area. Who would you like to have a talk with?
Well, I think we follow the finishing order, since everyone wants to talk with us tonight. Is it my presence, Sam, that makes everyone want to join us tonight? We'll see the remainder of the season. Let's see John McHutchison. He just jumped in. Let's bring him over. John, welcome to the booth. Great race for you today. You just missed a little bit of pace in the middle section of the race. Otherwise, you would have been very, very close to fight with Kane today.
Yeah, thanks, Alessandro. A few little mistakes halfway through just cost me the gap on him. He's a hard man to catch, very fast.
Indeed, absolutely. Kane has shown a terrific speed, but at the same time, you're looking very, very good for this season. Are you really going for the win, for the title this season? Missing Pablo, we will probably have maybe a new champion if he doesn't join us for the next few races. So definitely the fight is open.
Well, without Pablo, it's probably a bit more open this season, but no, I don't think I'll be up there challenging for the title. There's too many fast guys behind me now. Take that, it's a good start to the season. But like I said, there'll be faster guys than me up there.
Indeed, and looking forward for the next races. We are going to go in a week time at Woolton Park, so kind of home race for you. Looking forward for that track. Do you like it?
Yeah, I like Woolton Parks. It's nice, fast and flowing. Some scary corners on it, so it's my kind of track.
Well, perfect. anyone you would like to thank, John, before we let you go?
Yes, I'd like to give a shout out to Henry Robert for making the new livery for my car for this season. I absolutely love it. So thanks to him.
Well, congratulations for your second place finishing tonight, and we hope to see you back on the podium next week at Wilton Park.
Thanks, man. Thanks.
So I think we have still time, Sam, for another quick interview.
Well, I think we'll try to get through all of them if we can. We may have to rush through a couple, but here is Eric Hanoi. I have brought in for a chat because, Eric, if you're not sweating after that one, I don't know what will. You have pulled off a miraculous P8, but that was tight. I mean, that 6-car battle was mega.
Yeah, I actually got my personal best in the qualifying, so that's a pretty good timing, I think. And I tried to stay out of trouble, tried to not take any chances, and you just have to rely on the draft on the straight. Don't try to do anything stupid in the middle. Just try to keep the right distance. And the right distance is to be about 3/10 behind after turn 1, I think. Maybe 4/10. If you're too close, you have to lift during turn 3, so that's going to destroy everything. So it was all about timing, trying all the time to be 4/10 behind after turn 1, and that's where you do it.
Yeah, absolutely. Awesome was that one. I mean, you were battling against kind of Stephen Place and also Daniel Bouchon at one point. I mean, they're drivers that we didn't see on the broadcast last season, but have you raced them in the official series before, or are they new drivers to the series as far as you can see?
Well, I have driven many times against the Beauchamp. Stephen Place, I think I've seen his name a couple of times, but I don't know if he's a regular. But they are both fair drivers. They drive with respect, so it's always fun to race against that kind of drivers.
And next time we go to Alton Park, around there, we're not going to have any chicanes. We're just missing out all of those chicanes. So do you think that's going to be a circuit where the slipstream is actually quite useful, or do you think it will be a bit like Laguna Seca last season, where actually it was the turbulent air which was more of a hindrance? I mean, what do you see the racing like being at that circuit?
Well, I think the qualification is going to be very important because you only have the long straight, and it's pretty long. But then you have a difficult right-hander, and it's difficult enough to manage it without passing a car, you know. So it's I don't know. I don't think I'm going to try too many overtakes there. I'm just going to try to qualify good, and then stay in line. And if someone ends up on the grass, I'll get a place for free.
Awesome. Well, your best of luck for that one. Eric, is there anyone you'd like to give a shout out to?
Yeah, I want to give a shout out to you guys. I'm a commentator myself, and I know how difficult this job is. And I think that last season you did a hell of a job, to say what I mean. So thank you very much, and keep up the good work. And also a shout out to my team, Team Bergen, with all the great guys in my team.
Awesome. Thank you very much, Eric. We'll see you next week.
Absolutely.
Eric Hanoi there, who we did say looked very much like a football manager, but of course he is a football commentator, so that is very cool. Again, stereotypes, they get a bad rep, but it's good to judge people on their appearances. Alessandro, who would you like to talk with now?
Well, let's have a quick talk also with Ant Castles. He started in 10th place with the 10 car and finished all the way up in 5th. So a very, very good first race of the season for Ant in that beautiful yellow and black Radical.
Yeah, I'm happy with that. It was an intense race. I've never been so sweaty, let's put it that way.
Yeah, this back racing where you have always to fight with someone for all race long, and having to deal with that racecraft slipstream and dirty air is definitely a very, very intense race, even though it's only 25-30 minutes long.
Yeah, that can feel like you've done an endurance race, to be honest. The amount I've sweated there. I think I probably pushed a lap too early on Michael, but when you've got the run, you've got to use it. And unfortunately, with Erin being behind us anyway, we were always going to probably lose out to Erin.
Yeah, Erin looked very, very fast, but nevertheless, your speed and also Michael's one was very, very good. Unfortunately, we had some issues mid-race through with some contacts, and you lost the draft of the guys in front. Otherwise, in the first part of the race, you all had the chance to still have a fight for the win.
Yeah, I don't really know what happened there. I'm presuming Michael just moved over a little bit and tapped Scott's car, I believe, and all I saw was a car go flying. I thought I was going to be collected, but fortunately, it didn't happen, so that was good.
Fifth place, that will absolutely make you happy, but I bet that next week, going back to home soil, you will be looking to get even better result.
Another great track, another great combo, but it will be fiercely fought again, I'm sure.
Anyone you would like to thank before we let you go?
Really, this evening, it was I've just enjoyed the first race of the season for a change, so I'm a happy man.
Well, thank you very much for joining us here in the booth, Ant, and have a great night.
Guys.
So, Sam, we have still a few minutes left, so we can pick up Daniel Beauchamp, I think, who has been at a roller coaster ride tonight.
He sure has. Daniel, well, thanks for jumping in to have a chat with us, and of course, very much welcome to the broadcast and to the broadcast stream as well. We're gonna go about this wrongly for chronological, but that off at the last lap, what happened?
Just I don't know. I can't really tell you. I just get in zombie mode when I'm I got some space behind me and space before me, and it's easier to make mistakes. But I was making a lot of mistakes in that race. Never done the broadcast before, so I was pretty nervous.
It's understandable, and we are very big critics in the commentary box, so we will be.
I know, I've been watching.
Yeah, absolutely. So you're right to be scared on that one. Apart from that, however, it was very good for you because you dropped down to 12th place, but then you made some very nice overtakes to back up into 8th. So you must have been pleased with your pace.
Yeah, definitely. It was a fun race. I was pretty disappointed by the start because I'm still working out how to do the launch properly. Doing it properly in this car requires the use of 2 different clutches, unless you're, I don't know, some superhuman. So I didn't really work that out properly and spun the tires at the beginning. And then I made a few more mistakes. I tried to overtake Joachim and lock my tires. That was, I just braked too late into the bus stop or the inner loop, and went onto the grass, so I dropped back more then. But yeah, then my pace started to pick up, started to calm down a bit, and get back a few of the positions, which I was happy with.
Next up, we head to the centre of motorsport, the centre of the world. It is the UK, and Alton Park for that one. Now, is that a circuit you've visited ever in real life, and is it one that you enjoy?
It's one I enjoy, but I've never visited it in real life.
I haven't either. I must confess.
Okay, one other
it
thing.
Is a good one.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna drop in here. But I wanted to because my name is pronounced Beauchamp. Okay, not Beauchamp.
Oh, good. Okay, good. Well, I was going Bouchon. I was adding a bit of a French tone.
Yeah, no, I actually like that. It made me laugh, but yeah, Beauchamp.
Okay. Beauchamp. Okay, alrighty. Noted for next day. So we won't follow it, but noted. Is there anyone you'd like to go shout out to?
Andreas Friedrich. I gave him a bit of damage during the race, and if he's listening, I'm sorry.
Awesome. Well, thanks for having a chat with us, Daniel, and we'll try to get your name right for next week.
Alright, see you, man.
Daniel Bouchon. No, I think I got it wrong. I've forgotten it already. Dear me, well, it's going to be a long season.
We will get it right for next time. We'll try our best. But to cut things off, I think we can have a quick chat with Manu, or are we running out of time? What does our producer say? Okay, we have a quick chat with Manu. Manu, are you with us? How are you going? It's a tough pill to swallow today. Rare mistake by you. I think Manu is not here.
Yes, I'm here, guys. Yes.
Perfect. So, unfortunate event today. You were really fast. A right mistake for you cost you the chance to try to fend Kane from the win today.
Yes, it was going to be a really good race because in this track it's complicated to pull away, and yeah, it was not a little bit of mistake because I braked when I saw John losing the car, so that made me lose my car and go into the wall. But yeah, sometimes the luck is on your side and sometimes it's not, so we're looking for the next week.
Absolutely, and next week we go to Woolton Park, another great racetrack. Are you looking forward for that? Looking to bounce back and try to go for the title? Since I don't know if you know something about Pablo, do you know if maybe he's going to join us for the next event? I've seen last season plenty of great races between you guys.
Yeah, I know, but I don't know if he's gonna be focused on another championships or series. But I can tell him to go back here and to race again, fight for the championship as well.
Oh yeah, absolutely. We are looking forward to see you bounce back next week. Anybody you would like to thank before we let you go, Manu?
Well, thank you all guys for making this streaming like always. All the drivers that they are really clean and really fast drivers. And yeah, to my team also, to Odox Motorsport. And yeah, that's it.
Thank you very much for joining us tonight, and have a good evening.
Thank you, Alessandro.
Well, Sam, I think we can cap things off now. Another great night with Radical Racing here on Apex Racing TV.
Definitely. Bodes well for the rest of the season. Kane Halliburton, their favourite for the championship after tonight, if we don't see Pablo Lopez for the rest of the season, but no doubt there are some very strong challenges. Of course, next week heading to Oulton Park. No chicanes as well around there, which really should open up that circuit. Still will be tricky to overtake, as I think Egg alluded to earlier on, but certainly is not one to miss on Apex Racing TV. Of course, if you've enjoyed this video, do leave a like on this, because then it will pop up in your recommended for next week and you can make sure that you never miss a race. And of course, an even better way of doing that is to subscribe to Apex Racing TV. We've got like 15 odd broadcasts going on in American time slots and European time slots as well, with GT, prototype, single seat racing, absolutely everything, ovals as well. So certainly do subscribe to Apex Racing TV and check out our social media as well at Twitter, Facebook and Instagram, where we're posting little highlights of each of our races. So it's certainly worthwhile to give us a follow on all of those platforms. But for now, from myself, Sam Fitzpatrick, from Alessandro Dalladone and from Mark Tranter, we will see you back next Friday at Oulton Park for round 2 of the Radical Racing Challenge. See you then.
Virtual Racing School was developed to provide support to the next generation of sim racers. No matter if you're a rookie or veteran or what car or track you'll be racing, our goal is to provide training every step of the way. We found that iRacing can be quite difficult without proper training. There needed to be a way to prepare for on-track racing. With VRS, you can literally learn from the best sim racers in the world, including 4-time NASCAR iRacing World Champion Ray Alfalla.
And Ray Alfalla is a 4-time champion of the NASCAR Peak Antifreeze iRacing Series.
3-time iRacing Grand Prix World Champion Martin Kroenke.
Martin Kroenke becomes a 3-time world champion.
Rallycross World Champion Mitchell de Jong.
Mitchell de Jong is now champion for the iRacing Rallycross World Championship Series.
And many other top sim racers. Data packs include everything you need to start learning. Our World Championship coaches create the data packs by setting a hot lap or a series of fast laps for you to compare, analyze, and replicate. Data packs also include a tutorial where the coach points out techniques they use to hit the fast lap. This gives you access to the latest driving techniques and setups before you even hit the track. Sign up for a free account and download the VRS telemetry logger. With this application running seamlessly in the background, your laps automatically start syncing to the VRS website. From there, you can analyze and compare 2 laps of your choice, whether it's your data, the coaches, or your teammates. VRS will automatically target improvement opportunities so you can get up to speed even faster. VRS also makes it easy for you to request and schedule one-on-one or group coaching sessions. These sessions can range from 30 to 90 minutes, and you can select the car, track, and setup combination of your choice. Visit virtualracingschool.com today to sign up and get started.